Hello. Can you hear me?
Wait, can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. My other device is being stupid. So give me a quick second. I will be back.
I can literally be a minute or so.
Okay. Cool.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for starting a little bit late. Me and my co-commentator had to get a couple things done last minute. That's fine. We're here now. How is everyone doing tonight? With me is not my dance, the famed Jafar Main. How are you doing tonight,
I
not
play.
my dance?
I'm doing well. I mean, I played Jafar a little bit. I don't think I'm a main per se. I just only play him exclusively and don't play anyone else. Just a bit. But no, I'm doing well. It's been a good day thus far. I've been working hard, and I am excited to see some villains matches.
All right, yeah. Speaking of Villainous, before we get started in the match, yesterday we had a reveal of basically all of Lady Tremaine's cards from the new set. What are your thoughts on what we know of her so far?
She looks a lot of fun. I think one thing, obviously, that they're doing with this set this box thus far is that these villains seem to have really easy ways to win, but very easy ways to stop them, which has seemed good thus far. But I'm hoping it's not too easy to win and not too hard to stop, because Maleficent, I think, is a good balance of that. But otherwise, it could get a little bit annoying to play against these guys, because either if you're a fate spammer, then it would be too easy to win. But if you reserve your fates too much, then you lose quickly. I'm hoping it works out well. I think it's going to be a fun one though, and I'm excited to play it. I managed to somehow get a free copy, because somehow, yeah, and I'm going to be getting that as soon as I can, because I'm really stoked for that.
Fair enough. Chad is saying you look like Justin Bieber.
I have grown out my hair since last time I was on stream. I have just stopped shaving and stopped
I know, I mean,
doing
like
anything with my
little
hair.
this, like.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
But
our first match of the night is Cincinnatus versus Peter Palmer. Uh, my I know Cincinnatus is very comfortable with basically every villain. He won the one win per villain tournament that I hosted.
Mhm.
I'm not as familiar with Peter Palmer. Can you give us some insight?
Peter Palmer is a great guy. I was talking to him a little bit earlier today. He was talking about he really likes the sauce Prego, unrelated to everything, but he plays a lot of really good villains. I think we're going to definitely see some Rat out of him tonight. He's played a lot of Rat, but I've also seen him dabble in Doctor as well as Jafar. So I think we might be sticking with some of those three, but with him, I know he's been just trying to do a lot of different stuff, and he's been, from what I've heard, labbing against a lot of different villains, especially Cruella, because I think since he's been favoring her a little bit more recently, and he's been trying to get ready for this match.
Yeah, I do remember Cincy bringing out Cruella last season. Um, Maybe we'll see some Cruella tonight. On that note, let's hop on over to TTS. I will let them know we're ready. I was having some problems. Apparently, OBS does not like the Yadigan font anymore, so I'm having to re-add in things, which I'm not the happiest about.
Of course, that
I,
doesn't seem like it would be the most fun.
let's see here.
I'm not surprised to see Rat. But it looks like we got Mother Gothel coming in from Cincinnati. Now, I mean, Rat has a pretty simple objective in which he just needs to get the Mouse Queen, which costs 15 power to be fair, from one end of his board to the other, whereas Cincinnati needs to collect currency basically called Trust, 10 of them overall, and start his turn with that. But looks like Peter has won the dice roll over here, and will choose whether or not he wants to go first or second. In the league, we do have a mulligan rule for the second player, in which they may take as many cards as they wish out of their hand, shuffle them back into their deck, and draw up the equal amount. And Peter's choosing to go first, which means Cincinnati can mulligan. It looks like 3 different cards. But Cincinnati does get to start off with the additional power, which could be helpful.
I will let you commentate while I fix our graphic.
No worries. Looks like we got Peter going straight away over to... Oh, he's deciding. All right, cool. He's going over to Flowersham's Toy Shop, gaining that 3 power. He can play 2 cards here. What 2 will he get? He'll get a Gears, just costs 1 when you play another item other than Gears. You can discard Gears from your realm to reduce the cost of that item by 3 power. Very useful for a 15 power item known as the Robot Queen. Although we are seeing a quick pause. I think we're double checking to make sure that things were shuffled correctly. I'm not certain. Fixing up stuff over in TTS. Got to make sure everything's working all fine and dandy. And it looks like we're back into it. So Peter did play Gears, and he's also playing Bartholomew, which he is the only 0-cost ally, I think, other than the Mass Spirits in this entire game. With no additional ability, he's basically just fodder for Felicia. And apparently, since he just didn't shuffle after his mulligan. No worries over there, Cincinnati. But it is his turn. We'll see where he can go. Going to a turn 1 Corona. A great spot because you can gain a power, you can discard cards, play a card, and fate. But Peter says with Devious, you can only fate with the top card of the deck, which means you will get Toby. When Toby is played, you may move any hero to any location. Placing Toby over at the Buckingham Palace does mean that if Radigan tries going there, he can no longer play a card or fate because those 2 are covered up by Toby. Discarding a few cards, including I Love You Most from Cincinnati, along with a couple conditions that we're not really going to be seeing anything out of quite yet, and fixing a couple other issues, it looks like, as well right now. What's your strategy for Radigan typically, Wero? I know some people, they like to play Gears, but I've also seen a strategy recently. I mean, I may just see more of it because of Jafar, and people are very scared of Deception, which means they don't want 2 or more items out in their realm, in which they just get a bunch of power, even using Greatest Criminal Mind to gain power.
So honestly, I at this point typically use Greatest Criminal Mind for the power. And I apologize, we were so zoomed out earlier. Let's zoom in so y'all can actually see what we're doing. I am psyched to see Mother Gothel play. Cincinnati did get in a Mother Gothel win in the 1 win per villain tournament and has had some luck in the Wicked League thus far. So I'm psyched to see more of her. As far as Radigan, I think you go like with any villain, you work with what you have. So if you draw the gears, you play them. If you don't, you just
Mhm.
get up.
Oh,
Uh, oh,
we're
cards are
seeing some
acting weird.
issues over on Peter Palmer's end. It looks like
Okay, we are having technical difficulties.
apparently cards are acting weird. TTS, everybody, you love it, you hate it. How's chat doing? Let's see
And it
chat.
turns out Disney hates it too, but for a different reason, which we won't get
Uh,
into on stream.
for every single person who asked me to sing "You're Dead to Me," let's
Mm-hmm.
see. It looks like Peter's back in the room, but we'll be able to tell momentarily. All right, timer's unpaused, and we have the next action from Radigan. Gaining 2 power over at Big Ben. He can still play a card, an item or ally, or vanquish. Nothing to really vanquish right now,
Mm-hmm.
but he did play Greatest Criminal Mind to gain 2 power rather than drawing 2 cards.
And I think that's the
And
right idea. I think with Grace Criminal Mind, you only really want to draw cards if you can either discard on that same turn or if you can play the other card. So either at an uncovered Buckingham Palace or at Flaversham's Toy Shop, which currently is getting covered up by the Mouse Queen. They're
which
not.
the mouse coin
These are like
is
the two
not.
worst heroes for early game.
Mhm.
Radigan here. Oh, we are seeing Is This and I Love You Most? I know it is just another royal card.
Just slowing down Rapunzel, it looks a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mentioned earlier, Radigan has the goal in which he has to start his turn with the Robot Queen at Buckingham Palace, but the Mouse Queen stops that part of his goal because that goal can change if, for some reason, his Robot Queen gets destroyed. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but we did play another Gears, and it looks like we got a Fade action coming now. You don't want to play Flynn. Flynn Rider will allow Mother Gothel to gain 2 trust when he is defeated and lose 2 trust right when he's played. But considering Gothel has no trust, he
Yeah,
would
that,
just be gaining Gothel 2 trust. I've done that before. It's gone well for me, but that's not what you want to be seeing.
yeah. Flynn Rider is a trust bank. Like you get it back
Mm-hmm.
eventually, and sometimes with interest if you revenge him.
Exactly. It kind of reminds me of Cheshire Cat with Queen of Hearts.
Mm-hmm. So you don't
But
want to
Ulf
see
was
him or
played
her
instead
win.
to Corona, which means that allies cannot be moved from his location. So the Royal Guards cannot use their ability as in when they are moved, you can move a hero from the Royal Guard's previous location to a new one,
Although
gaining 3 power at the
typically
Snuggly Duckling.
you're not going to do
Go
too
ahead.
much moving out of Corona. Usually, you just want to vanquish there. We are seeing a misdirection being played that moves Rapunzel out of the way, and we are prepping for a vanquish of Rapunzel next turn. Radian can't fate, so the guards and the knife can't be aged, which is very nice for Mother Gothel here. Ulf right now seems to just be covering up actions, which, sure.
There are worse ideas. Gaining another 2 power, it looks like over at Big Ben. We could see an early Felicia potentially getting rid of the Mouse Queen because he is at that vanquished location and Bartholomew is out.
Mm-hmm.
So depends on what Peter wants to do. He is only 2 power away from being able to play the Robot Queen. And looks like he just chose to gain 2 cards that time with Greatest Criminal Mind.
Mm-hmm. Also, my snack tonight is popcorn. It's just microwave popcorn.
I had some of that earlier. What's your favorite brand?
I get the Orville Redenbacher.
Good
We are
choice.
seeing a choice between Dawson and Guards. I think definitely Dawson is the choice here. He is more flexible and he can be stronger if Basil eventually comes out, which he probably will.
Mm-hmm. So looks like Cincinnati's trying to figure out exactly what he wants to play. He could have another I Love You Most, which after he kills Rapunzel could potentially allow him to gain 2 more trust. But we are seeing that vanquish with the knife.
And moving the Royal Guards to the side there, which is also interesting.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like that's his whole play. Rapunzel moves on once again. You can't stop her from going to Corona, folks.
It looks like we didn't get a fate that turn.
No, that was Dawson.
That was Dawson. Okay, I am just not paying attention. Favorite Girl Scout cookie? It has been a very long time since I had Girl Scout cookies, and since that point, I realized I, due to acid reflux, should not eat chocolate. So I'm like, honestly, I do kind of like trefoils, but there's something about sitting down and eating an entire box of tagalongs.
Yeah.
So I would
I
do
wanted
as
to
a
ask
kid.
you about this real quick, Wero, because we just saw Peter choose to first off play the Marvelous Trap, activate it, which will mean that the Mouse Queen will most likely die at the start of his next turn,
Mm-hmm.
and move Rapunzel all the way over to Corona. But I was wondering, what do you think of using the gears to make the Marvelous Trap cost 3 less? Because that would make it essentially free.
I mean, it ends up being potato. You are conserving power now because eventually that power is going to go towards the Robot Queen in some form. I think after the
Hmm.
Robot Queen is out, that's definitely a smart idea.
Yeah, I can understand that. But gaining back 3 more power, going back to Flowersom's Toy Shop, now that the top actions are now freed from the Mouse Queen's just blockage,
Mhm.
Radigan's got some more options over there. We did see him. We did see Cincinnatus as well play one of the Stabbington brothers, getting rid of Ulf, moving Rapunzel back, and using a revenge. Very powerful turn from him.
Indeed. Bit of a pity to have to use the Stabbington for the revenge on Ulf, but seems there was not an extra guards in supply.
Mhm. I don't think there's any other way to say oof rather than Ulf.
Ulf. Also, Thin Mints are also good. I'm not a fan of Samoas because I don't really like coconut. I think it's like a texture thing for me.
That's fair. The Ruffians just took out Dawson as well. Ruffians, whenever they're played, allow you to perform one action at their location as long as you didn't play them over to Radigan's location. So playing them over to Big Ben, using that immediate vanquish action, and killing Dawson was not a bad choice from
Indeed not.
Peter. Another Devious. Oh, that's not what you want to be seeing against Radigan right now. We are only 6 cards through his Fate deck,
Yeah,
and
because
it
that
looks
has to
like
be played
5
on
of the
Toby now.
ones. Yeah, because we've seen one of the Call for Helps, the Toby, the makeshift balloon, and the Mouse Queen. I don't know if I already said that. All of those are currently already discarded or on the board, which means out of the 9 Fate cards left in Radigan's deck, only 2 of them will actually stop him from winning.
Well, Mother
So I
Gothel
don't know.
discarding her whole hand. Quick question to chat. What is the title of the stream looking like right now? Because it's supposed
1
to
win per
be.
Villainous tournament. I
God
can tell you
damn it.
that.
I have no idea how to change that now. I've tried changing it. It's supposed to say Disney Villainous Wicked League matches. I don't know why it's not updating. I have no idea. OBS is just stupid, apparently.
Well, if you want to, maybe later we can try to figure that. But I think that might be on Twitch.
No, it should be. I think it's an OBS thing. Like,
I mean, fair. I honestly can't say for certain, but we are seeing a Fate coming from Radigan after using the Ruffians to gain 3 power, basically a net 1 right there. And he just got rid of one of Mother Gothel's trust with Everyone Has a Dream. Perhaps one of the worst named cards in Villainous, next to Scrying for Jafar. Why Scrying wasn't named Diamond in the Rough, I have no idea. And by the way, where chat is saying, Tave specifically saying, creator dashboard on Twitch. I don't stream on Twitch, so that is baloney to me.
Okay. I
We're
think
seeing the Crown being played over to Corona. When a hero is defeated at the Crown's location, either gain 2 powered or discard the Crown to gain 1 trust. So Sabotage it can't be played. Maybe it can be played with the makeshift balloon. I don't think so, but I'm not certain. But that does mean that Basil is now played. Basil of Baker Street. Whenever he is moved or played, you may discard 1 item from his new location. So we could see him get rid of the gear.
Sabotage probably would work on the makeshift balloon.
If chat can say something about that, I don't know. That's actually something I've been wondering about, and I didn't have a good answer.
Because Sabotage says discard an item with a cost. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It does signify cost. Fate items do not have costs. You can't. Never mind. It was a cute idea.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Zach's saying that as well in chat. Okay. That's what I thought. I wasn't certain though, so I didn't want to say it one way or another. But it looks like Peter is just currently gaining power right now and doing it slowly because he can honestly chill out for a bit of time. He has no worries. Move Bartholomew and then move him right back. We could see I was going to say, yeah, we see Fidget now. He's going to be killing Looks like he's killing Basil with Fidget, using the ruffians, Bartholomew and Fidget, to take out Flabbersham, or take out Basil. And when Fidget is played, you have to find Flabbersham, play him to the toy shop. And if you can capture Flabbersham with the card of Radigan's Called Capture, the cost to play the Robot Queen is reduced by 3 power. So that's actually not a bad play by any means from Peter over there.
Zach, it's the other way around. 2 trust and no power, which isn't much better.
That's true. But we are seeing a Stabbington help her out over there. Discarding a Revenge and Royal Rider.
Just gotta find that brush.
Now, currently Mother Gothel is in a place in which she can do one of my favorite moves, in which she can gain 3 trust in 1 turn.
Ooh, I think we might be seeing the Robot Queen played here.
Oh, are we actually seeing the Robot Queen being played? Oh, that could be happening.
No? Okay, just Fidget's list.
Okay. Yeah, getting rid of another capture. So he could just be trying to set up right now, which isn't a bad idea. But he's doing very well right now. Cincinnatus is definitely going to be having to struggle in a little bit, but we are seeing the hairbrush. But no misdirection combination, which is one of my favorites.
It is a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's sabotage.
Yeah, he's getting rid of the gears, definitely. Because Queen's Guards, especially with Toby where he is right now, Queen's Guards are useless. They're perhaps, I think, next to the Toby from Prince John's deck, the worst card in the game.
That is quite possible.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, so he might not even have the Robot Queen right there if he was activating and searching for an item, which is what Fidget's list does whenever you activate. You reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal an item, and you put that item in your hand, get rid of all the rest of the cards. But we're just seeing another Gears. Interesting. So activate the list, playing Gears and fading, either using Shorty or Aging, and it looks like he's going to use Aging to get rid of that hairbrush.
Oh, that hurts. It just came out.
Mm-hmm. So right now, this game is not looking the best for Cincinnatus. Although Mother Gothel, I've seen gain a lot of power, a lot of what are they called? Trust very quickly.
It's possible.
So I don't think it's that far, but
I think if you
Cave they are.
If you've got what once was mine, you head to the Snuggly Duckling and you pick it back up. Because that's been both Agings we've seen go by.
Using Extravagant, okay. Extravagant is a condition of Radigan's in which if another player during the turn gains 3 or more power, you get to choose an item from your discard pile and put it into your hand. And he's grabbing back a Marvelous Trap, which I'm very interested in what he might use that for. Maybe just saving it for when Basil comes out. But I don't know.
All right, just laying down some guards. And discarding a Let Down Your Hair.
So it looks like, Cincinnatus is ready if for some reason he has to. There's no fate coming, it looks like, from Peter this round. So he'll be able to kill Rapunzel with no issue. And Radigan has more than enough power to play the Robot Queen. The question is, will he? If he has the airship, both sabotages are gone, and I might recommend to him that he plays that right now. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Because I don't know about other people. I think that playing the airship early is really great because that saves the Robot Queen, and then you can still get it back with an Extravagant later on.
Well, we could see, have we seen both? There's the other call for help.
That's the other call for help right there, which will get, if that gets rid of the airship, like, Peter's got some good stuff going on for him. Yeah, so that has to get rid of the airship, which means that Cincinnatus needs to start struggling.
We've seen at least 1 Ruffians go by. There might be more.
There have been 2 gone by.
Okay.
So I think he still has 1 more. Chad is talking about how Queen's Guards aren't bad. I don't know what they're currently high on, but they're definitely high. So, looks like that Cincinnatus is now taking out Rapunzel. Is he going to get rid of the crown, or is he going to gain 2 power?
You don't have nearly enough trust to justify that.
That's fair.
And there's what once
and I love you most.
And Mother Gothel's now halfway to her objective. which is a much better position than she has been in.
Mm-hmm.
Still,
So activating.
still
Does he
trying
still
to
not have
find
it?
the Robot Queen. Well, there's the Royal Robes.
Which that's not bad to play either right now, because both sabotages are gone, but a lot of the moving stuff is gone, which means he has at least 2 more fates before he has to start worrying.
I
Or no,
think
1 more fate. My bad.
right now Cincinnatus wants to get through Radigan's Fate deck and
Mm-hmm.
get back out the Mouse Queen.
Mm-hmm. And seeing the tools out, the cost to play items is reduced by 1 power while the tools are out in the realm.
Oh, that's basically
Which
useless. Well, that does lose
yeah,
1 trust, but no heroes, which is very nice.
mm-hmm.
Trust
So
can be
if
regained.
Radigan has the Robot Queen, we could see him go to Big Ben this turn. But it looks like Cincinnatus is just going to start stacking up Corona. I was going to say, I think this time, considering how many Royal Guards were out on the board, it might not have been a bad idea to potentially play the Frying Pan on Rapunzel, which gives Rapunzel 1 more strength.
And you'd absolutely play Mrs. Jetson.
Mm-hmm. So this turn,
Radigan does still have exactly enough to play the Robot Queen, though.
mm-hmm. And
Well,
potentially, if he has a Ruffians in hand too, he can use the Ruffians as well to move them if he goes to Flaversham's and does that, which he is going to Flaversham's.
Oh no,
So
the
we'll see.
Flaversham is in the toy shop, so it's actually even cheaper.
It's only 5. It only costs 5, and then he could use the 2 power as well to use the move action over at Buckingham Palace. Let's see. I think he might be having it right here. I think he's still. No, he might not.
Oh wow.
Interesting. Okay, so playing the Royal Robes, whenever they are activated, they do gain Radigan 2 power. Is he choosing not to discard anything?
Yeah, you need to get that Robot Queen.
Yeah. He does have 1 more Marvelous Trap at least in there, and so this is where he's just trying to be very careful about what he does at this point. Only 2 cards left in his deck. Did he get the Robot Queen now, or is it still not there? Cincinnatus has to figure that question out during his tournament here.
I think going to the Snuggly Duckling is dangerous here because of Extravagant.
Mm-hmm. But it looks like he is going over to Rapunzel's tower. He could potentially... Actually, I don't know what he would do. Another Royal Guard. That is, I think, as Peter Palmer would say, as someone who has played Yu-Gi-Oh!, that is Exodia, if I'm not mistaken, in which you get all the things. I don't know. That's what he made that joke a while ago. I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! I just am trying to quote stuff. We're seeing the Sabotage come out along with Queen's Guard. Once again, Queen's Guard's being completely useless, as I said before, getting rid of gears.
No, we're getting rid of the gears. That's
the
fine
gears
as well.
Will be whatchamacallit. They stop Radigan from playing the Mouse Queen, I believe, this turn. Oh wait, no, he potentially still could. If he activate Royal Robes and had it in hand, he could do it. So he's activating the robes.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're seeing him spend all 8, and he's not. No. He's just playing with the gears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you don't spend 1 on those gears because the tools are still out in the realm.
And we are getting a fate. There's the Queen and King or Hook Hand.
Those are both very good choices right now.
The question is, do you take all right, we're taking away the fate, the trust, rather than trying to help block another location.
Yes, Zach, that's what I meant with Exodia. I think that's what the quote is. I don't know. I just say stuff. We're seeing him gain a power and then spend 2 on the Royal Rider, which does allow, when performing a vanquish action, the Royal Rider can defeat heroes at his location or adjacent location.
Mm-hmm.
Note that in the previous expansions, it is defeat a hero, not vanquish a hero, because they know the difference.
Well, let's not get into that now. So rather than... So Basil could have been used to move over and get rid of the tools or something, but we are instead playing Dawson, covering up, so you can't play the Mouse Queen and do a Ruffians.
Mm-hmm. Which is, again, we're seeing a lot of smart plays coming from both players over here. Not needing egomanias yet. Yeah.
I think Mother Gothel has reshuffled.
Yes, she has. So I'm just wondering what Peter's play is right here, because all of his actions are blocked up. He can't move a lot of stuff. just don't know. He's gaining 3. He has more than enough to pay for the Robot Queen. He's
Nope,
playing
still paying
another
more gears.
Gears. Is that last card Robot Queen? Was
That
the
would be
last card Robot
hilarious.
Queen?
That would be so funny. I think
Oh.
Cincinnati's here goes off, beats up Rapunzel again, hopes to have a I love you most.
This is very rough for both of them right now. They're both having very slow starts, and
No, we are
neither one
not
of them want
seeing
that.
that. We're instead seeing
He is.
extravagant.
That's an airship. That's an airship.
Oh no.
All right. If you're Peter now, because of that extravagant, I'm not certain what he might want to do. But going over to Big Ben this turn, playing the Robot Queen, and then going over to Secret Lair next turn, playing and activating it, that could be a big brain play. But right now, we're still just seeing Rapunzel get moved around.
Stabbington. Interesting. I guess really wants to get that hairbrush.
Mm-hmm. Discard a knife as well, along with now the bad guy, which costs nothing, but if you can move Rapunzel to Rapunzel's tower. You lose the trust in the process, though. So what does Peter do right here? He has everything he needs. Yes. Okay, so I think he's going over to Big Ben. Yeah. So he can go over to Big Ben, and he only has to spend 2 power on the Robot Queen. With 3 gears, Flabbershim, and the tools, that is only 2.
Mm-hmm. Next turn, you throw down the airship.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be honest, as a Jafar player, I'm looking at both of these boards and wishing that I could be able to trigger my conditions right now. That's just pure honesty right there. But we are seeing the Robot Queen out at the Secret Lair. Now, what is Cincinnati's response? There's 6 cards left inside of Radigan's Fate deck. You're hoping for Mouse Queen or another
Olivia.
call for help.
I think you throw Olivia in Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, because why would you play the Queen's Guards? They're useless.
Yeah. All right. Help cover up that move action. That's also valid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not really worried about either one of those, and there's no way that Toby literally cannot be moved.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he could potentially, but we're a long way away from seeing anything like that happen. Misdirection, moving Rapunzel, or no, that's this. Okay, it is moving. Okay. Mm-hmm. And ending his turn, he's at 4 trust right now. Peter looks like, I'm guessing he's going over to Secret Lair. Yeah.
Yep.
So out of the 4 cards left, 2 of them can stop him from accomplishing this win condition. Will we see them?
Oh, that hurts so much.
Yeah, he's forced to most likely, he has to lose a trust this turn.
Not necessarily. He could go to the tower.
Well, if he wants to win. So what he could do, he can go there, he can kill Rapunzel, take the 2 power. No, you can't do that.
That's a bad idea. You have to kill Pascal. You kill Pascal, you use a Royal Guard to move over Rapunzel.
Yeah. And you can potentially play a card if you need to. You still have a play card there. No, you can't do anything. There's no play card that you could really use right now. All right, this is potentially game. We're not seeing a Devious, but Mouse Queen is coming out.
You gotta move Rapunzel over there.
Mm-hmm.
No, I really think you should play the Mouse Queen to Olivia's location.
That's actually, I can get behind that, yeah. Although we haven't seen him discard Felicia, so he could still play Felicia with no issue. Because Felicia, when Felicia's played it, she is an ally that is strong enough to kill any hero, as long as they don't have any items attached to them. But we could see that. Yeah, I think he's spending. Yeah, when Felicia's played, you may you have to discard an ally in your realm or pay 2 power.
Toby and the balloon are both out, so there is 0 risk.
Yeah. Out of the 2 cards left, one of them is one of them is Call for Help, and looks like Cincinnati did move.
Yeah, so right now you do not fate. You wait until the Mouse Queen is dead, and then you fate, and then you destroy the Robot Queen.
Mhm. I will say that I think there is a merit argued for doing that now, for actually playing that fate action now, because that would mean that even though the Mouse Queen is useless, you've got nothing to take care of Basil for a bit, and no way to easily move Felicia.
That is true.
Which that's just me thinking random stuff. I don't play either of these two villains well enough to give any good answers, but moving Rapunzel back one more time with the Royal Guard.
Okay, not
And
playing the
ending
second card.
Cincinnatus' turn.
Choosing not to vanquish the Mouse Queen, but instead to fate.
He could have. I think he might have another uniform.
That is certainly possible.
I don't remember, but we'll see. I know Peter does like using his uniforms. Yep, that is a uniform. When a uniform is played, the ally gets +2 strength, and you can immediately perform a vanquish action using that ally. Therefore, Felicia can
This
kill the
allows
robot
Radigan
queen.
to fate.
Keeping Cincinnatus in a tough position.
Floating lights does nothing.
That is okay.
Oh,
So once
God,
again, you're going to
Pascal
have to
again.
kill Pascal. I hate Pascal. Pascal's the worst. Pascal is perhaps one of the strongest heroes in the entire game. He's horrible. I hate him.
If you have the other revenge, you can do this.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But you have to go there.
Nope, we're just killing him.
No.
And we are just
We could see
loss and trust. We could see let down your hair.
Zach. I don't. Yeah. Okay. So call for help.
There we go. Felicia has gone by. We don't see a bell. We do see the hairbrush.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which at least lets him hold at 5. What does Radigan do here? You now need to kill a mouse. Oh, we see a Ruffians.
So,
and another
Ruffians into a Ruffians. And using with playing the Ruffians there, you could move the previous Ruffians over, but it looks like he might have just gained a power or just didn't use the second Ruffian's ability.
Either is possible.
Cincinnatus is currently in between a rock and a hard place. What does he do? Well, Cincinnatus is currently between a rock and a hard place. What does he do?
Looks like we're going to
Sorry, you said say it again.
3 power. And then it's extravagant again. Oh my God.
Could we see him grab back the Robot Queen? Play it twice in one game? No,
that would be silly. That would be dumb.
No. Oh. So if he had previously, if he had used the Ruffians and moved them over using the action at Buckingham Palace, he could have potentially won this turn.
Getting back a revenge. Interesting.
Maybe just trying to stop himself from getting locked again like he has previously. Or he's just taking out Rapunzel, not using the additional ability of it.
But that does mean the crown. Oh, we are discarding the crown for 1 trust.
Ooh.
Just trying to get as much as we can.
Mm-hmm. And did he use both play cards?
Yeah, but once was mine and then revenge.
Oh, okay. All right, moving the Ruffians over.
Oh no.
This is potentially game right here. If Cincinnatus doesn't get a call for help, most likely top deck because we haven't seen another Devious. Oh, we have a Devious. Top deck call for help. Let's see this, chat.
No,
And that's
mouse queen.
game. That is unfortunately game. We'll play this out. Moving Rapunzel with the move action on top, using the Royal Guard, playing I Love You Most,
Get into 8.
ending off. Yeah, that's a respectable end. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a solid first round.
Oy. What are French rules, Purple?
Yeah, what are French? Maybe saying the French rule? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to understand. Oh, and he had a bell in hand, so he was going to be able to move stuff around. I think what might have done it in right there is Cincinnati's gaining that 3 power.
Yeah. Getting back the airship sunk him.
He needed that power, but
with Radigan, you really kind of do need to swamp him with Fate early, because if all that stuff is covered and you're really only gaining power from the toy shop, you're a lot slower.
Yeah. And that was a 30-minute game, by the way, Zach. And Wero, if you wouldn't mind promoting Peter real quick for him.
Oh, oops, yes. That's right. He popped out and back in again.
Okay. So who do you think that Peter and Cincy are going to
drop? That's right. The French, the rules of the game in French, where Snow White has to be played when revealed.
What? Interesting. That is,
And apparently,
Yzma.
French Radigan, the Mouse Queen, also prevents both win conditions.
Oh, wow. So we are seeing what we are seeing looks like Yzma versus Evil Queen. Now, as the Evil Queen aficionado, how do you feel that he is not immediately moving the poison thing over to on top of the Evil Queen?
Oh, utter heresy. Blasphemy.
We do have a fancy deck splitter, but Peter is choosing to forego it in favor of old-fashioned just splitting. And Purple, those are my favorite type of jokes, the really elaborate ones. And Cincinnati looks like he is choosing to go first. He did win. He did lose the first dice roll, which means that Peter can mulligan up to 3 cards, and he did. Turn 1, not wasting any time, going over to the wood, spending 2 power to spend one of them, or sorry, gain 2 power, spending 1 to play Mummy Dust.
And when Mummy Dust rest 3 conditions.
You don't need those anytime soon.
Yeah, you don't need poison anytime soon. He's been just going over the mate hut. 1. By new EQ mover, do you mean more purple and less blue?
I think that is
the same shape.
Yeah, it's actually the color of it was changed thanks to scans given by by Wero.
Yeah.
The host. He was able to get some new things to the board and the decks, which allowed, and then they changed the other stuff.
Oh my god, I have to interrupt you because we just saw On the Run smashed. On the Run is the card that lets you shuffle Cusco back into the Fate decks and it's gone.
Oof. Oh, that hurt me. That hurt.
So, interestingly, you could do Love's First Kiss, lose the poison, and put Grumpy back on top, but it looks like we're just seeing Grumpy getting played.
Love's First Kiss is an interesting one. If you can fulfill either part of it, you can do it. If you can't fulfill either part, you can't play it.
Okay, and Evil Queen foregoing to Fate, and just dropping some Magic Tomes, which I love the Magic Tomes. I don't know why people don't like the Magic Tomes. They're wonderful. I love them.
I don't think they're great early game. I think they're better late game.
No, they are great all game long. Like
fair enough. Although I will say that was a great use of it, getting rid of 2 take-a-bites and an I'll fix ya.
And we are playing an Old Hag Cackle. So the great thing about Magic Tomes is you can draw into cards that you can play that turn. And it doesn't take a play a card to actually do it once you've played it. And you go through your deck so fast. So fast.
Mm-hmm. I just realized we're seeing a matchup of old hags who have a really large issue with a kid. Both of them are just trying to kill a kid. Yzma needs to kill Cusco using Kronk, and Evil Queen needs to just defeat Snow White.
There's the big
Is that Kronk and a dagger right
Kronk
away?
And a dagger.
Oof. That does mean Kronk is currently strong enough to defeat Cusco on his own. So potentially, if Cusco is at the jungle and no kids are there, he could play after them and just win this turn. That is why Yzma is a blast.
Well, that's why Yzma's fucking bonkers. I think right now, I don't know whether you want to do Palace or Mudka's Meathead, because if you do the Palace, you can cover up that top to gain 2 power and prevent an after them from being played.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we are looking at the Palace.
Probably the best choice right here. 3-turn win, Zach? Not if Cincy has anything to say about it.
And there's
Ooh, definitely not. Nope.
Saying no.
No YOLO after them.
Oh, we are drawing that entire fate deck together, apparently.
That is not how, unfortunately, the game works. Evil Queen, just while we fix that stuff up, Evil Queen, what she needs to do is she needs to be able to brew another type of currency in this game, similar to Trust, except you use it and spend it to kill heroes. She needs to brew enough to kill Snow White, and she can't kill Snow White until she has 4 different ingredients.
Okay, well, Yzma's going back to Mudka's Meathead, gaining the power. Discarding a whole bunch of other stuff, including his ferocity. And just like, fuck you, Evil Queen. We're doing stuff. Ooh, 2 stuffs.
Ooh. So Wishing Well, Sleepy, when Sleepy is played, you can play both cards in the Fate action. And the Wishing Well, whenever Evil Queen moves that location, she loses 1 poison. Which makes any future lab visits kind of rough.
It is hilarious that Wishing Well is an attached item, so just one of these dwarves or Snow White just carrying around an entire fucking well.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, they specified that it needs. Never mind. I can dish some more salt at the new expansion, but I won't. Another Magic Tomes. Looking at the top 4 cards of the deck, grabbing one of them and discarding the rest. Getting rid of another Take-a-Bite. Black Magic, which is very useful, and a Huntsman.
Nice. Well, speaking of the new expansion, I've had A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes stuck in my head all day long. Oh, is this a Scream of Fright we're seeing? No, it's a Black Magic.
It's a different Black Magic.
So I think you want to grab Scream of Fright so you can move over Sleepy here.
Yeah, I think...
No, we're saying Black Magic.
Black of Night. Okay.
Black of Night, rather.
Yeah.
And now, there it is. All 4 ingredients. That is spectacular. Chef's kiss. Mwah.
And once all 4 ingredients have been played, the Dwarf's Cottage is now unlocked, which means the Evil Queen can now go there, which is where Snow White will be found. But Yzma still has to find Cusco.
Oh.
Gaining 3 power
Shit.
at
I
the
need to
jungle.
update the scores. I am being terrible. I think it's because, my webcam is in the way. I'm not using it right now. Peter Palmer here.
It's okay. While you update that, discarding a right-hand man over at the jungle and spending 2 power to play Imperial Guards. No additional ability, but they are just strong enough to take care of a kid. Playing a fake funeral and gaining 1 more power because of that poor little peasant, which, let's be honest, Yzma doesn't care about at all.
Yeah.
Evil Queen going over to the Dwarf's Cottage. Looks like she's just going to go for a nice, simple spot. Gaining 1 power, playing a card, discarding, and fading. Same thing as Mudka's Meat Hut, just a different order of the actions.
Yep. And I think at this point, Evil Queen is just trying to find a magic mirror. So discarding at the Dwarf's Cottage is a great place to do that.
Which I'll say, if I'm Evil Queen, I'm very afraid right now. Both Black Magics are currently gone, and if you get the Magic Mirror, you have no way to make sure it stays in your hand because of the unfortunate fate card called Love's First Kiss. Or not Lobster Kiss, my bad. Woodland creatures.
Well, there's only 10 cards left in Evil Queen's villain deck. So if she pulls it out with the Magic Tomes, she can just play it, and then a spare Black of Night could also activate it.
True, very true. But we are seeing her currently choosing the Fate deck over at Mudka's Meat Hut and playing Pacha. When Pacha is played, you may shuffle 2 of Yzma's Fate decks together, choosing to reshuffle Pacha's house in the palace, it looks like, or the jungle in the palace. Yzma is perhaps the most confusing, I think, of all of the villains in that she has 4 different Fate decks. Each one only will be played to one location, at least the heroes there. Which is why Pacha's ability is useful, as well as on the run and so on and so forth. But also has created enough headaches to
everything. Ooh. Thunderbolt as an old Hex Cackle, and then the turn has to end. Yzma just going over, murdering a child with some grown men.
Just casual Tuesday evening, just leisure activity. Playing after them. Let's see. Is he looking enough?
Asking how long we've been playing. I have been playing this game since the summer of 2018, so quite a while. That was when it
and real quick, before we continue on that tangent, Cusco was just found with the after them choosing a Fate deck, finding all the heroes and playing them to that location. And that does mean that Cusco is currently out on the board. There is no on the run that is able to stop Yzma right now. So she is only a couple turns away from victory.
Yep, so right now you really want to get out the other kid.
The other kid or a Path of Righteousness would also assist, considering that one of the Path That Rocks have been discarded at least.
Yeah. 3.
If you're in this situation, what is your approach? What do you want to do next?
I mean, honestly, what's happening here right now, you want to get that mirror. Right now, Yzma can't Fate you very much. Pacha's squatting in the meat hut. The Pacha's house is not particularly appetizing. So you just want to gun it for your own win condition, while also still Fating. We've already seen...
Ooh.
Oh, there's the mirror. We've already seen 2 piles. So it's just a matter of finding that other
using the Thunderbolt to duplicate the Black of Night action, which does mean that Snow White... Oh, is he not going to do that?
He's gaining power instead. No. Wait. You're reconsidering. Yeah, that seems smarter. That seems smarter.
I don't want to tell him what to do, but I felt like he should do that. Playing Snow White out, who does get +1 strength for each for each the other hero out on the board. Yzma foregoing the Fate action, just saying screw it.
Oh, I think we might see a Beauty Sleep here.
Interesting.
Yep, there we go. Oh, because that can move Cusco, and then you don't need to move Kronk.
This could potentially be game right here.
It could be. Evil Queen definitely needs to Fate.
Is put in a place where he does have to Fate right now, and you have to draw the other kid. And if you don't do that, then unfortunately this will be a loss.
Superiority means game right now.
Which we haven't seen any yet, so I think this might just be game.
Oh, well, there it is. There's Tipo.
It's not.
Beauty Sleep can move Tipo and immediately kill him, so you're going to need to do more than that. Right now, Snow White's at 6 strength, so you're gonna need. Yeah, this is gonna be tough.
So Yzma, Beauty Sleep has to be played as the first and only action on your turn. Before you go for your next one, you can gain 2 power, draw 2 cards, and move a hero to an adjacent location, which does look like Tipo will be the one moved.
Yep. I'm just gonna go kill Tipo.
Makes sense. Now, if he has a path that rocks, moving Kronk over one location, then immediately getting rid of that power that will be placed on him whenever he's moved, it would not be a bad idea.
Mm.
Cincinnatus not out of this game yet, figuring out what he wants to do.
Cincinnatus needs to find a peasant or beware the groove, shuffle back in a kid, and then play the kid. That needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that
Getting
gets
rid
rid
of
of one
Path
of
of
the Path of
Righteousness.
Righteousnesses.
Yeah. Is that both of them already gone?
And
I
moving
don't
over
know.
Kronk, who is now nice and snug and safe.
Is that both Path of Righteousnesses in the discard pile?
I don't know.
Because if it's not, then Cincinnatus will hope for it. I think there's one left. Yeah, that's what chat's saying. So if Cincinnatus can get another one more Path of Righteousness, then Yzma has to try to find another right-hand man. Now, he's looked at these decks before, but he reshuffled these two together.
Mm-hmm.
So will he get lucky enough to get one? No, not yet. So Path of Righteousness is most likely inside of the jungle. Unless he chose not to. Either one could be smart.
Slide back in Tipo.
When Beware the Groove is played just so it's clear, you get to choose any hero from the discard pile and shuffle them back into up to 2 of the Fate decks, making sure that those kids can be a constant annoyance. Mm-hmm. Discarding a couple cards Evil Queen is doing as well. And that might be it. I think so. Yzma banking in power.
She's not really spending it on much.
I don't think she needs to.
That's
right
what happens
now.
when your Fate locations are covered. You just keep racking up power. And we get
Sure,
some
why
more
not?
with Fake Funeral.
Yeah. I mean, Yzma's not worried about power at any time. Discarding after them, you're not worried about it.
And a cruel irony.
The fact that he chose not, I'm very afraid currently for him because, yeah, with this Fate action, if he can get a Path of Righteousness, then once again, okay, superiority will stop him. He's choosing that one. That's
the Path of Righteousness.
Yep, that sucks. That sucks for Kusk, for Yzma. No, that is not gotten back into your hand.
Huh. Yeah, Dagger stays on Kronk.
So you have a 7 strength hero out there you're gonna have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So this game isn't quite over just yet.
Oh, this is game for Evil Queen here. Just turn all of that into poison.
It's not game. I think Doc could still come.
Well, this is check, at least.
Yeah, it's check.
Which means Yzma has to waste her turn. And Evil Queen gets to draw a card.
Mm-hmm. Love's First Kiss? Or Dopey. Dopey will stop him, actually.
Dopey will.
Dopey will stop. So that's not a win immediately. Don't play Love's First Kiss. You want to play Dopey. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So Snow White's currently at 8. Not enough. Not quite. But considering that Peter can't fate next turn as well, if Cincinnatus has, I believe is it Vanity, the one that allows you to gain one more?
No, it's Jealousy.
Poison. Wait, what?
Jealousy is the one that lets you gain poison.
Okay, yeah. If he has a Jealousy, he could potentially win with just that.
Oh, we are taking a bite on Dopey.
Okay.
I'm not sure I like that.
I'm assuming Cincinnatus has some grand scheme. I don't know what he has planned. I wouldn't have done that, but I don't know what he has planned. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he's got in his hand, what he's got in his brain hole. We'll see. He is choosing to just maybe he just really wanted to fate.
Yeah, get back in the other kid. Get back in the other kid.
Mm-hmm.
Snow White's at 6 right now. Again.
Mm-hmm. So if we see...
There's Jealousy.
Yeah. That's Jealousy. So if Evil Queen can go over to the laboratory, potentially play either an old
See, but
hag's
here's the thing:
cackle.
if you hadn't killed Dopey, that jealousy would have won you the game.
That's true. I think he might have been just worried about the fate and just wanted
Oh,
to
okay.
set
So
up.
he didn't have the jealousy in hand. So, yeah.
That's true. Okay. All right, getting ready to couple finish the jobs, and Yzma very afraid right now. Is going to need a fate again next turn.
Very much so.
Good thing you have all that power, just so that Chicha can take it all away. Laboratory gaining 1. Are you going to turn it into poison immediately? Looks like you are. Doc, once again, is now the only thing that can stop Evil Queen.
Or a woodland creatures if there's only one take a bite.
That's true.
Superiority, well, as one of the kids, it is the one that can immediately be killed.
Mm-hmm. But
I mean, that was
Peter isn't in a place where he can kill that kid. A pickaxe, that's true. We haven't seen any pickaxes yet. Pickaxes will stop the win.
There's a few cards. Happy would also.
Happy. There you go. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Other
Evil
than
Queen,
sneezy or bashful.
Exactly. Evil Queen is not as uncomfortable as originally thought.
There's Happy.
Yeah, Happy or Pickaxe, both of them will stop, but I think Happy helps you a little bit more right now.
Yeah, it's going to be 4. So down to 3 poison.
Shows what I know about this game.
Yeah, you gain 3. If you got a Black and Night, and I'll fix you.
I get that. Activating the magic tomes with Alfixia, allowing you to perform actions covered by a hero at your location. So Snow White may be blocking the actions originally, but doesn't stop an old lady screaming with a stick, apparently.
Well, she's throwing a boulder.
I get that. Oh, yeah, she does move a boulder. I honestly completely forgot about that boulder.
Okay, there's the Huntsman.
Happy is great.
God, the rest
Huntsman is really great.
Garbage. And we're going to play the Huntsman, right?
Yeah.
Right now, at this point, you really want like an old Hex Cackle or a Thunderbolt. Gone by both of the jealousies.
So what is Yzma's plan?
Oh, trying to smash. Although you could have done that on the other spot as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I felt like potentially killing at the palace might have been a better idea, but
what else
again, I don't know what he has going on.
Trying to remember.
I don't know.
I think it's Bucky must be in here.
I think it's Bucky and Bucky, Beware the Groove, and I don't remember what the last card is.
Oh, the Wrong Levers. We haven't seen either of the Wrong Levers.
Oh, yeah. Bucky and Double Wrong Lever.
So yeah, here you definitely go to the laboratory. You move over Happy. Your fate spot. Oh, God. Gain 1. You need to gain more power before you start converting more poison, if I'm being fully honest.
Because, well, here's the thing. Right now, if he did go for it, if he did go for a YOLO kill, again, you have those 2 heroes that won't stop you, and you potentially will have just enough to kill
this
Snow White
is
with the
exactly enough to kill Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit more. Or if you hadn't discarded the throne, I don't know. We'll see.
There's a million ifs.
There are. Yzma again has to lose 2 power just fate.
Mm-hmm. Sneezy is great right now. Which one do you like more? Do you like Sneezy or Pickaxe right here?
I mean, they both save you. Sneezy can get rid of the tomes or prevent the card engine that is the magic mirror itself. Mm-hmm. But we are going with the Pickaxe.
Sneezy, when he's played, you can discard an item from his location, but the Pickaxe just simply gains 2 power. And yes, Purple, Peter does believe in paying his fate tax. At least Chicha is the one collecting that. Going over to the mine, can gain 3 power. I think he's going over the mine? Is he going over to the cottage instead? I don't know.
We are again asphyxiating. Gaining 3.
Okay.
Doing magic tones again. You really want, like, an Old Hag's Cackle or a Thunderbolt.
Yeah. Old Hag's Cackle, Thunderbolt. Best case scenario right now, even a Black of Night wouldn't be bad because you can it's the same amount of power. Scream of Fright, not useful, unfortunately, anymore.
There's
but we're seeing a Thunderbolt. Yep.
Honestly, using the move a hero action to just keep moving Snow White over to the laboratory would mean that you could brew poison and kill Snow White on the same turn.
Mm-hmm.
But Yzma finally gets back Kronk.
Thank God. But she's still at least 2 turns away.
Mm-hmm.
Provided a ferocity
Queen
comes in at the right time.
You just gotta go for it. Gotta go for it.
Tave does bring up a good question in chat, Wero. What do you love more than High School Musical or The Box? Is there anything in this world?
I decline to acknowledge that question with the response.
But by declining, I think you have. Anyway, using a fate action to get rid of a wrong lever.
That is plenty of poison for Evil Queen there. If there's no Doc, Evil Queen wins. Mm-hmm. As long as a Take-a-Bite isn't discarded by Woodland. And yeah, Yzma is in the worst position right now, losing all power and having to fate. There's a Woodland Creatures and there's Doc. You play Doc. You throw Doc out there.
Probably would you say at the lab right now?
Oh, no. You do not put Doc there. That is like the single worst place to put Doc.
I'd say the lab most likely right now because that would mean it's at least 2 more turns before you can kill Doc.
At this point, you have plenty of poison. You discarding a Mummy Dust. Because you can't fate anyway. And there's the wrong lever. Hooray! Next time you fate, you get to. I don't even know about the laboratory. I wouldn't do the laboratory either. Because then you just kill Doc and then you kill Snow. I would have played Doc to the mine.
Now Peter probably has a reason for doing this, but my thought process is he has the dagger in hand. If he went to the jungle, discarded everything else except for the dagger, played it, and then hoped and prayed for ferocity, then he could have potentially won this turn. Because Evil Queen has to kill Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Unless she chooses to use the Huntsman and make him only 2 strength. But
it's a little too far away.
Not really in the cards. Yeah.
Like right now, you go to the lab, you kill Doc.
Mm-hmm. Now, Yzma doesn't have a ferocity, so we're not seeing that come out.
It doesn't really matter anyway. Turn that 2 power into poison, and you fate. You reshuffle. You hope you pull out a Kid or an On the Run. An On the Run would just hurt so much.
And
we just saw an error of some kind.
Oh, it's because there wasn't enough. And choosing where he wants the 2 cards at versus the 3. Just taking a little bit of sweet time. This is the fun of Yzma.
Oh, I think.
Chad, how are you guys doing? I get bored easily. All right, cool. You guys didn't talk quick enough. Stupid latency. Anyway, it is now. I think Evil Queen is.
No, you still need to play a card.
Well, yeah. Did she not play a card? Yeah, we're gonna mention that real quick in chat. All right, so he played a wrong lever. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Evil Queen wins. We go to our third game. These are some long games.
I think he played wrong lever, Zach, but it just didn't matter.
Top decking Doc would not have mattered in any possible way.
No. That was a good hand. Wow. So this is going 1-1 thus far. We could see something else. Cincy is pulling out.
Oh my god.
That's so weird. Brian Drums is calling me right now. No.
Yeah,
no.
Zach, the only thing that could possibly have mattered was woodland creatures. But Evil Queen had three Takeabytes in hand. It did not matter at all.
And I don't think the straight deck was shuffled enough that Doc could have been top decked.
Yeah, no.
I don't. But whatever, that's in the past. Watch the VOD, complain. But for now, Peter will not have the opportunity to choose, since he will. And as Chad is saying, we're getting an OG box matchup. Wow. Guys, English is really difficult. So, right, looking at this matchup early on, who do you think has just a better chance, players aside?
So, okay, it all comes down to how quickly does Hook get the Neverland map. If Hook does not snag the Neverland map quickly, this is Maleficent's game. If he does, could be either.
That's fair. Peter mulliganing 3 of his cards. I know Peter and I were talking about this just very quickly before, but he's definitely prepared for this matchup, or at least for Mal a little bit. And Brian is in the chat. Since he is bringing the big guy, Brian, I am hoping and praying that things are going well for you. And goodbye, Sir Fluffy. So fluffy. Seeing a worthy opponent coming from Cincinnati. Worthy opponent allowing Hook to gain two power and then reveal cards atop the deck until he finds a hero, in which that hero must be played, the other cards must be discarded.
Apparently, I had to give Brian Drums permission to enter the chat, which is interesting.
Wow. Okay. Well, Cincinnati still had another play a card action, and he played Boarding Party. Boarding Party working very similarly to the Royal Rider from Mother Gothel, which he can vanquish at adjacent locations as well.
Mm-hmm. We're seeing a
nice vanish.
And
lending 3 to play Dreamless Sleep. Maleficent needs to have a curse at each location, and Dreamless Sleep is one of them. Dreamless Sleep giving all heroes at that location -2 strength. And if an ally is played there, the Dreamless Sleep gets discarded, whereas Captain Hook needs to find Peter Pan, play Peter Pan, and defeat Peter Pan all the way at the Jolly Roger, using the Boarding Party to defeat Michael. Still has another play a card. We're seeing an early ingenious device, almost asking for a splitting headache, since he's doing right now.
Well, sometimes you just want to get it out of your hand.
Vanish not costing anything, but meaning that Maleficent does not have to move at the start of her next turn. So we are seeing Peter stay over at the forest for now, playing another Vanish again, so he still does not force to move, gaining that 3 power using those play cards, discarding a couple things that are honestly kind of useless to Mal right now.
That's a pretty.
And are we seeing a different card played?
That's something for 3. It is a green fire. Pretty solid start for Maleficent. That's 2 curses, and Captain Hook has a limited ability to fate right now.
Which, speaking of which, another curse, green fire. Maleficent has 3 different types of curses overall. Green fire is one of them. Heroes cannot be played to this location, and if Maleficent moves that location, you have to discard the green fire. We're seeing Aurora right off the bat. That is not what you want to be seeing as someone playing against her right now.
So Aurora's definitely the better bet right now. Covering up the top fate action can potentially reveal another hero.
Yep, when Aurora's played, you get to reveal the top card of Melissa's Fate deck. If it's a hero, play it, otherwise put it back on top.
So you could get King Stefan. You could also get Fauna. Either
King,
one would get rid of a curse. Actually, no. King Stefan would not
no,
get rid of
no,
a curse right now. But we do see a
yeah.
guards. I think putting the guards. I know. Okay, we were just covering up those top move actions.
I can see that.
Which is very
Guards,
useful.
meaning that if you are performing a vanquish action to defeat them, at least 2 allies must be used. And Prince Philip, making it so if you discard all allies from his location when he's played. Now, here's the thing. If Mal has 2 forests, as pointed out by Tate Fendo in the chat, if Mal has 2 forests, she just wins.
2 forests of thorns. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nuts. That would be the quickest game of this set.
Taking overall only 3 turns, we could see. But if Peter is that lucky, let's see. It depends right here. Discarding the Vanish. Oh, I'm hoping for it. Nothing against Cincinnati. I just want to see the quickest win with Mal ever.
Not just one for
Nope.
spinning wheel. And do we see a dragon form?
So spinning wheel, if a hero is defeated at that location, gain power equal to the hero's strength -1.
We are.
And dragon form just allows you to defeat a hero with a strength of 3 or less. If a fate action targets you for your next turn, you gain 3 power. So Mal gaining back 2 of the power from killing the guards, and the dragon form, the ability is still out, but Hook cannot fate and has nothing to worry about. Playing a swashbuckler to take care of John, gaining back that power, and he can still discard, which he is just madly discarding, looking for that map.
Indeed. Brian Drums would be proud, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Once again, by the way, the scores were not updated. Real quick, where?
Oh, God damn it.
You're good. Going over to Rose's cottage, and is he discarding? Is Peter discarding, or what is he doing currently over there? I'm not certain. Nope, he's maybe not going over to Rose's cottage. He was just at the forest, so I think he's going over to the Forbidden Mountains, it looks like. He will gain 1 power. He's going to use the move action because curses can be moved to move the green fire over to an adjacent location. He can still play a card as well, and he can fate Hook.
So that does let... Oh, there's a third curse that does let Maleficent here access the forest, but it does make that green fire vulnerable to Once Upon a Dream.
Once Upon a Dream is an effect in Maleficent's Fate deck in which you may discard a curse from a location that has a hero. Maleficent drawing up and is in a very good spot. If Cincinnati doesn't get a card that can get rid of a curse right here...
Oh, that'll get rid of 2.
Okay. Oh, that gets rid of 2. So, the Forest of Thorns...
Captain Hook can rest easy now.
So, real quick with the Forest of Thorns, heroes must have a strength of 4 or more to be placed at that location. And if you do play a hero with strength of 4 or more there, then you immediately discard the Forest of Thorns. And King Stefan also allows you to move Melissa to any location, triggering both the Forest of Thorns and Green Fire's secondary ability.
And I think this is why
give them a scare.
A lot of Maleficent players have started stacking curses together and only moving them when they can't be fated.
We did see it give them a scare from Captain Hook real quick, and I just want to point out he did put both those cards back on top of the deck, which could mean either it's a dead fate or that is Peter Pan. Peter Pan, when he is revealed in a fate action, you discard the other card and you are forced to play him. So we will see what happens. Moving over Dreamless Sleep, we could see Dragon form?
Probably next turn.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he does not have enough power. That's kind of important.
There's no staff at this location, which would have reduced the cost of an effect or curse.
Instead, spending 1 to play Cackling Goon. Cackling Goon gets +1 strength for each hero at its location. And that definitely... Ooh, that's true. You would have to do that the other way. You'd have to play the Cackling Goon and then move the Dreamless Sleep, but you did not do it that way. So instead, choosing to play the Cackling Goon over to Rose's Cottage because you do not want to trigger Dreamless Sleep's discard condition. Or I think they're possibly just going to let him do that in a different order. We'll see. Yeah, I think he's doing it in a different order. Still doing that,
Mhm.
but just making sure that the Dreamless Sleep is not discarded because of its secondary ability.
Yep. Got to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
The ordering
This is why we have our
matters.
judges, which, real quick, thank you, Dixie, Disney Dixie, for judging this match. You're an absolute MVP. I don't know if you're judging the next one as well, but you're awesome for doing it. Judges are very useful, and with the league's new rules, it's actually very interesting. But we're actually seeing a Mermaid Lagoon gaining 3 power, spending 2 of it to play a cannon, which allows him to gain a extra vanquish action at that location. Spending 2 more to play a boarding party again.
Just getting cards out of his head. Has to get to that map. And moving over the Ingenious device. For no particular reason. There's no particular reason to do that, so we're just saying, maybe not.
Drawing back up to a full hand size.
Interesting.
Gaining 3 power over at the forest with Mal.
Drew a dragon form. We're gonna Murder King Stefan.
And that does work because the Dreamless Sleep does reduce the King's strength by 2.
Mm-hmm.
Discarding a couple cards that you don't need, you don't want.
Yeah, Maleficent doesn't really need to fate right now. Maleficent needs to get out curses. He only has 1 out.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Hook also avoiding fating himself, just going over to the Jolly Roger to play and discard.
Which is honestly smart. You don't really want to get that. You don't want to trigger that Dragon Form secondary ability because, as well as defeating a hero, if a fate action targets you before your next turn, you get to gain 3 power.
Which is pretty nice. Maleficent choosing not to fate, which is valid.
Mm-hmm. Now, since he has a worthy opponent right here, he's not going to complain, but we will see. Moving over the Ingenious device, we could see him spend 4. Oh, he's spending 4, ladies and gentlemen. We finally got the map.
Hey, Captain Hook.
Neverland map. When it's placed, you get rid of that Lock on the Hangsman's Tree. You're deleting it. Get rid of it. Toss it. Now, if he has a worthy opponent, he can play Peter Pan and move him if he's top card of the deck. Worthy opponent, gain 2 power, reveal cards from top of the deck. That's a Pixie Dust. That's Peter Pan. He knew he was there. And because he moved the Ingenious device with the move item or ally action at the Mermaid Lagoon, he can move Peter Pan additionally 1 more location over. Cincinnati is in a great spot.
Very much prefer Captain Hook's position here. But
yes.
Maleficent is now going to go on a Fate Bender.
Mm-hmm.
Moving
over the spinning wheel? Okay. Just trying to being able to capitalize off that Aurora. One weakness that I've that Peter and I have talked about that Maleficent has is that if she doesn't kill her heroes quickly, she can those Once Upon a Dreams that you mentioned previously can hurt like hell. But by moving the Dream of Sleep over, she is putting herself in range of doing that.
Mm-hmm. But we are
Lost Boys and Wendy.
Dumping Lost Boys in Hangman Street.
Lost Boys being the same as the guards, in which if when performing a vanquish action to defeat them, at least 2 allies must be used. And whereas Wendy gives all other heroes in Captain Hook's realm +1 strength, which, considering that all of Hook's allies have an even number, it basically means you have to use either 1 extra ally or just you have to use more stuff than you want to.
Hook is choosing here to move Peter Pan rather than the Lost Boys, foregoing the fate of that top action.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, and tossing a taunt and TikTok. That's great.
Well, Maleficent can fade again.
The question is Maleficent going to be pulling herself back too hard by fading too much? So she did choose to stay there. So she moved the Dreamless Sleep over and then moved it back, maybe just to use the move action, because why not? I've done it before. Listen, every Jafar player knows that you need to activate that giant hourglass before you do anything else on your turn. But playing a green fire instead to that location and performing 1 more fate. Another taunt. Taunt being a lot like the Kids or Doc, in which that heroes with taunt have to be defeated for all other heroes. So before Hook can kill Peter Pan, he has to take care of Captain Hook first. Or sorry, the Lost Boys first.
Right now Maleficent is prepping for a double Forest of Thorns play.
Mm-hmm. So moving a bunch of stuff over, and then moving the Lost Boys over. And considering the cannon is at the location, you can, get rid of those and toss the Lost Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, once again, you are ready to fate.
Yep. Captain Hook is not at check yet. There's not enough strength. Okay,
Playing
now there is
Smee.
Captain Hook is now at check.
Which, by the way, Smee, he gets +2 strength if he is at the Jolly Roger, which he
But
typically
looks like
is.
Maleficent is going for it. I think we are going to see a double forest play here.
Now, I'm not certain about this play by Peter, because if Captain Hook has... Oh, that's true. No, I can see this, because he cannot win this next turn. Maleficent doesn't have anyone strong enough. So Mal is putting Hook in check. Let's see how this goes. First action is
That won't do it. 2 swords. Maleficent wins.
Whoo! Ladies and gentlemen,
then
that
right
is
under them was Merryweather and a Once Upon a Dream. Oh, man.
Those swords, those can be great once in a while, but gosh, they are rough. Oof. 2 swords of truth. When a sword of truth is played, the hero gets 2 strength. The cost to play a curse allocation is increased by 2 power, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't stop Maleficent from winning the game. That's Unfortunately, right. Captain Hook cannot defeat Peter Pan quick enough. He was close. He had enough stuff for it, but...
All right, that means that Peter Palmer here wins the set. I will actually update that.
I'll say that was some good play from Green Pool. We do have 4 different pools inside of our Wicked League. We have the blue pool, green pool, yellow pool, and red pool. That was a great green pool match, and gosh, I've seen both of them and played against both of them, and I hate playing against either of these two. I have labbed with Peter enough to know that he can play a mean Maleficent. He is quick, fierce, and harsh, and it's great.
Yeah, they are both good at what they do. But we are going to take a little quick break. Before we do that, we will go back to our lovely webcams here. I will turn back my webcam on.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, those are some great match. A great match with some great games. There we go. English words.
It's rough.
We're all getting through. It's still 2020, apparently. Thank you.
I was going to say.
This
was a good match, but I wanted to make sure that people in the Wicked League, just in case they are tuning in now, originally next week was going to be our bye week, but we did move the bye week to one later, so that next week we will be doing a normal week. Week following, we will be able to celebrate and play a bunch of the new expansion, Despicable Plots. No matter how much I might have thrown some shade at RA for that, we will still be able to spend the week after with no matches to worry about, just focusing on playing this great game and the new villains that will be coming to it. And I know, for one, Where was very stoked.
Oh yeah, I am absolutely stoked. You may have seen me voicing certain opinions, but I am actually still very much legitimately excited for the set. I'm excited for new villains. Maybe they'll be too weak, maybe they'll be too strong. We'll figure it out. Hopefully, Ravensburger will get back to us if there are any issues that need taken care of. But yes, I am still excited. But thank you so much for Thank you so much, not my dance, for coming on the stream. It was lovely to have you as always.
Not my dance, but it is my pleasure.
Yeah, let's just get some time. Yeah, I think we will take a quick little 5-minute break. That was a long set. Then we go into our next set with Purple Potato and Wacko, who have been in the chat. So it is their turn to go duke it out. I will be back with Tave Tendo as co-commentator. We'll be back in like 5 or so.
See y'all in chat.
All right, everyone, welcome back. I have with me a different face, longer beard than mine, but I have longer hair. Welcome, Tave
I'm
Tendo.
working on it. I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
Yeah. Tave, I was actually the commentator on your first Twitch stream.
Yes.
It was
Yes,
a
you
lot
were
of
when we were
fun.
doing the exhibition matches.
Yeah, you and Lulu. I have no idea. Okay, because she's Lulu on TTS, she's Luthvadiana on Discord, but then she was also Tave's wife previously. Um, so I kind of like juggle about what do I call her?
Go with Lulu. So she
Okay.
was Tave's wife. Funny story. I was commentating the season 1 tournament, and it was the face reveal. And she commented in chat that I was hot. And Chocolate Rain was like, "Hey, he's married." So she was like, "Fine, I'm going to be in Discord and I'm going to claim him." And so once she felt like she'd claimed me officially for a season, she switched to Luthviana, which was her World of Warcraft character's name.
Oh,
But everybody in our guild just called her Lulu.
okay. Cool story. All right. So I asked, not my dads, what do you think about so far? We've had basically all of Lady Tremaine. We've had basically all of Gaston revealed. What are your thoughts on them?
I want to see Horn King.
I mean, so do I. I like Twitch. You
Um,
can see my background right now is the Horn King's castle and a Gwithae flying in the background.
yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Um, I haven't been quiet that I wasn't excited for Lady Tremaine,
mhm.
just because I think she's lame. I know it's an unpopular opinion with some, but I do. But her realm has me really intrigued. I am really liking the non-standardized realm layouts in this expansion. From what we've
Mm.
seen, like Lady Tremaine having a double bottom play a card, I think is really cool. I'm really
That I
excited
do
to try
like
that
that.
out.
Hmm.
And like the double vanquish for Gaston, Beast Castle for Gaston. Like we're seeing fate combo spots, which I think leads to the fact that they have very brutal fate decks and they can
They
kind of
do.
sprint, it seems like.
Mm.
So I feel like they moved the combo to the fate spot to make fating a competing action, but it's still a progression turn for you.
Mm. I can see that. With regards to Gaston, he has the mirror, which can reshuffle his fate deck. He has the rose, which goes through his fate deck faster. Um, and just thinking about Lady Tremaine, the heroes aren't going to go anywhere until she plays Midnight. We don't know how many copies of that she has. So we might see cases where we're stuck with just the effect that moves the stepsisters back or the effect that untraps the heroes. So we'll see how that ends up being in practice. None of us here have played with it yet, but definitely interesting. I'm also very excited for the Horn King. I want to see. I want to see Horn King.
Yeah, I'm excited for Horn King because like I grew up in the '80s, so like I was traumatized by Black Cauldron at a young age.
Hmm.
I saw my parents were not afraid to expose me things that might scare me, like seeing Jurassic Park in theaters when I was 7. So like I'm excited for Horn King just because he's somebody I remember from when I was a kid.
For me, like I remember we had the VHSs for a whole bunch of like Disney classics. So like we had Sleeping Beauty, we had Robin Hood, we had Jungle Book, we had Little Mermaid, and then I just remember we were like walking around like I don't know if Walmart was a thing back then, like one of those like Best Buy or something, and I caught my eye. There was the VHS for the Black Cauldron. I was like, "There's a Disney I've never heard of." Let's actually no. I was the book version. The book version that you were showing off. You had a whole bunch of those Disney books.
Yes.
Um,
Yep.
I actually got the book version first, and then I saw the VHS. I was like, well, we need this. And then they had also released Fox and the Hound around the same time on VHS. So,
I probably saw it young because my dad really liked the books. Like when I was a kid, he read me the books at like bedtime.
oh,
So like he read me the whole like isn't it 5 books I think?
yeah, it's 5
Like when
books in
I
the
was
main
a kid.
series.
So he was really into it. And so I'm pretty sure that's why we got the movie pretty quick.
Yeah, they are good books. I definitely recommend them. They are the Chronicles of Prydain by Lloyd Alexander. But we're not here to be a book club. We are here to commentate on Disney Villainous matches. Our next matchup here is Wacko versus Purple Potato. I know that Purple Potato really favors Dr. Facilier and Radigan. Wacko, I have played him. I have talked to him. I could not say what he favors, which I probably should. But what do you think of the matchup?
Wacko's a very good Yzma player.
Hmm.
I think the best games I've ever seen him play are when he either plays Yzma or Jafar. I feel like those are his top two villains. And if we see a doctor play, I would personally counter it with a Jafar, just because it's what I feel most comfortable with in that matchup. So I think I would expect to see Yzma or Jafar opening from Wacko. Purple Potato's kind of gone back to Doctor. Doctor was his like big one during season 1.
Mhm.
Season 2, he went to Radigan, and now he's gone back to Doctor with a little Radigan side action. So I fully expect to see a Dr. Facilier drop from Purple Potato.
Okay. All right. Now, you were getting hearts from your wife there in chat. Okay, we are going to hop back into TTS. They are very patiently waiting for us. They have flipped over. Ooh, we are seeing Dr. Facilier and Prince John. Yes, I do remember I have played against Wacko's Prince John.
That's Ursula.
That is not what was flipped over.
I think we had a misclick. Ursula is right below PJ on the selector. I do like this PJ pick because it means, like some of our Doctor players, you really see them hoard power.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think PJ kind of makes it so they can't hoard power as much.
Right.
I do know Purple Potato has said he is not a huge fan of the Bayou location. He prefers the parade. So I think that'll be something to kind of watch for in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. I think you go to the Bayou if you absolutely want to play 2 cards. Where's Prince John? There's Prince John.
I think Wacko needs promoted.
Ah, yes.
I can see Purple's cards.
Can you?
Yeah. Do we need to redisable unused hands? Maybe that's the problem.
Options, hands. They are okay.
Just toggle them. Who knows?
Oh,
that's right. We've seen that nutsy before. It's fine. Gotta love TTS.
Hooray for TTS.
Allows us to do these awesome games. Oh, I will be doing a lot of Zoom games when our new expansion hits.
I'm sure I will as well. Hey Disney, if you have a spine here, make an official TTS mod, please. I will give you money.
Take my money now.
And then you can stop being mad at us.
All right, let's see. Purple Potato is headed to Tiana's place. Classic first play.
Mm-hmm.
And we are playing a card I cannot see. I'm guessing it's friends on the other side.
Luckily enough, the stream can see.
All right, so I'm going to pop out and right back in then.
Mm-hmm. And we are getting those fake cards. Marion discarding a clever disguise. So one thing about friends on the other side is I think a lot of maybe intermediate Dr. Facilier players will play friends on the other side when there's already a bunch of stuff in the fortune pile, which I think is a mistake because you want that pile as small as you can get it. We are also Wacko is also popping in and out. Can't see his cards. Yay!
Okay. I think Empro was actually telling me recently he had a game. I can't remember who he said he was playing against, but he did an opening turn friends on the other side, like we just saw Purple Potato do. And then he went to the Bayou and played both other copies of friends on the other side. Okay. Nothing else was in his fate pile. So then he went to the Voodoo Emporium, did the cards will tell, and gained 6 more power by resolving the friends on the other side again.
That's perfectly valid.
Like all of a sudden he's like, I was swimming in cash. I had no problems for the rest of this game.
I don't recommend that in this matchup. Don't recommend this here.
Thank you for the heart stance.
Against Ursula, but yeah. We are going to the jail with Prince John, who is discarding a couple effects. And a warrant. I keep seeing Prince John's discarding warrants, and I'm not really sure what to make of that.
I like warrants as a funneling tool, but I'm far from being a proficient PJ player. But that is an early rule New Orleans, getting rid of Desperation and Voodoo Dolls and a Friends on the other side.
Okay, that is now, I think, just 2 cards in there. Just getting a little trickle of power with a beautiful, lovely taxes there in Maid Marian.
Okay.
Discarding.
And he discarded 1 greed. So maybe Purple Tail feels like he can get some breathing room. We do have a fade action. Evening Star would get rid of an ally, but we have none. So it's Eudora.
I would put Eudora at the Voodoo Emporium.
Or the Bayou wouldn't be the worst spot to block the combo. Blocking the discard I also like, because that means if he doesn't have the right cards, it's going to be he can't use that to go fate and discard to find them.
Mm-hmm. So basically, most places you're going to put Eudora, she's just going to sit there because there's no reason to vanquish her. I think having her at the Voodoo Emporium gives Doctor enough of a reason to want to try to get rid of her. But we are seeing a Kane getting back the 3 cards on it, which is very nice.
So the fact that he put the Kane there really tells you he does not have the talisman right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's been like the change in Dr. Facilier plays. There is that possible combo you can do where if the Kane is the Voodoo Emporium, you can play the talisman and the cards will tell on the same turn. However, that doesn't work if the parade is covered. So I think a lot of Dr. Facilier players have changed to you put it at Tiana's place so you get a lot more power there, a bit more versatility.
But we did on Wacko side just see bow and arrow, trigger, and the other greed go in the trash. So that means Purple Potato can gain all the power he wants without fear. Both of those greeds are gone.
Well, I think Prince John here is just racing. He is trying to get to 20 power as quickly as possible. And so that's going to put the pressure on to Purple here. Putting out a preemptive Shadow Spirits. Discarding a Sleight of Hand.
Yeah.
We are, just discarding it.
All right, so Prince John is halfway there if he doesn't play anything, but he is playing some Wolf Archers.
Which can...
I can see that being set to get rid of Alan Vale. Getting rid of... Was that 2 more warrants or just 1?
Keep discarding warrants. That is the second warrant. We're not playing against Jafar here. You don't need to worry about deception. I'm not sure what that is about.
My wife said she judged a match recently where somebody was discarding warrants. Maybe it's a new meta of Prince John playing that we're seeing. Okay, so do Naveen.
I can understand discarding it if there's something you else want to play and you want to keep digging for Sheriff of Nottingham. But I think I would honestly play the warrant over the Wolf Archers.
Okay, almost there. So we get to look at 3 cards. If they can go in the fortune pile, you can put them in there. You don't have to. You could put them back on top. I generally always put the Shadow Man back on top. I never put him in the fortune pile. I don't want to give you him for free.
Ooh, there's the talisman.
Okay, so we are potentially a turn away, and unless we have Sir Hiss in hand, we can't fate next turn on Wacko side.
That is unfortunate.
All right, King Richard or Steal from the Rich. This is a tough choice, but I think either is a good play.
Yeah, you drop him there.
But I do think the King Richard play is very good here because he blocks all effects being played. Set of traps, intimidations, any of that stuff.
Well,
okay.
There is a 75% chance of a Dr. Facilier win here.
But and we are heading over to the jail.
Play the Crown for 1. Discarding a Wolf Archers. I'm just saying, hey, go for it. There's not much I can do about it.
All right. Brian Drums is in chat. Wacko needs the magic fingers. Like, this is just so painful. Okay, we're safe. Yep, we're safe. He gets on that Mass Spirit. He's like, who cares what the other cards are? I forgot the Mass Spirit was in there. That was not nearly as scary as we thought.
Yeah, indeed. So there was actually a 75% chance.
Oh, and Robin Hood out with King Richard. This is a
Ooh.
brutal board for Wacko right
This
now.
is very much, especially with Alanadale.
Yes, because he does. We didn't talk about this, but he gives all heroes apart from himself a +1.
Mm-hmm.
So Robin Hood and King Richard are both 6s right now. They're essentially Lady Cluck because Lady Cluck is better than they are.
Mm-hmm. That does mean Rhino guards can take care of stuff. Oh yeah, you see, but then
You hate to have Mama Odie steal, but I think you're in the right spot here because who knows if Purple has a Cards Will Tell. He might be digging for one.
Possible. Putting on a bow and arrows so far, just spinning them around.
Wacko like spins cards all the time. I don't know if it's something with his mouse or trackpad or something, but I was noticing that watching him play the other day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we do have a Lawrence play from the parade, and we are moving the cane over. Are we? I don't think we vanquished Mama Odie right here. We could, using the cane, poke that action. But we are not. Okay. Right, unless there's Sir Hist in hand, we cannot fate on Wacko's side. So do you go gain power and just hope? There are only 3 cards in there. You really, like, if there's no Sir Hist, I think this is game.
I mean, it depends on what was drawn.
True. Oh, I like this Nutsy play. Nutsy does give all other allies at his location +1. So with that bow and arrow, the Wolf Archers are actually a 4. There goes Mama Odie. We are spending the 1. 3 cards. That is game. Purple Potato.
This game. Well, remember to update the scores.
You know, that was really rough for Wacko there. His board just got flooded, and he wasn't getting the allies that he needed to clear things up. It was a rough situation there for him. But with Purple Potato winning, he does have to pick first, and Wacko does get to counterpick. You think we're going to see Doctor again, Wero?
Quite possibly. Might pull out Radigan, but Doctor is equally likely.
I will say, I've noticed that during the week 1, Doctor's win percentage was really, really high. And I looked at it today, and it's actually come back down to earth. It's still at 2/3, but it was at 90 something. So I think people are getting back in the groove of stopping Doctor.
That is largely a matter of knowing what do we did. There's Radigan.
Okay, so what is Wacko going to do here? So again, he is a very good Jafar player. Jafar is a very good counter to Radigan because of deceptions. Manipulation, not so much.
I mean, there are times when all those ruffians are out.
Yep. He's hovering over Ursula. Nope. You're doing Maleficent.
So I think because it's really easy to cover a Buckingham Palace, you end up in a similar situation where you're facing Evil Queen or Captain Hook.
Mm-hmm.
Where that fate just isn't there.
Mulliganed 1 card. So he's feeling comfy with his hand. I know that this Maleficent Radigan matchup is one that Cincinnatus really likes. And Zach Pinsence agrees in chat. Opening hand Devious. That's Basil of Baker Street.
Well, Basil can squat in Buckingham Palace, I suppose. Not the best spot you want for him, but he'll be moved eventually.
No. I lost a game just last night because I camped him there and didn't fade enough to move him. It's very sad. Tunnel vision. Don't get tunnel vision when you have Basil in the wrong spot.
Indeed.
Okay, early Ruffians played. Gain 1. Oh, nope. We are changing our mind on that one.
Gears.
And a bell. Gears and a bell. Passion the Savage Goon. That is a 3 cost 4 strength ally. I believe there's, if I recall correctly, there's only 3 of those in the deck, but we are dropping the spinning wheel, which allows you to gain our
Forest of
equal to
Thorns,
the
the
strength.
first curse.
So what do you think of, so where would you put your opening curse if it's a Forest of Thorn, Wero? This is an interesting debate I've had with people.
I think, honestly, the forest is not the worst place. It's probably your least offensive spot to have the top row covered. So I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I think eventually you want green fire in your center 2 locations after you've got the Raven out, but that's like fully optimal. Oh. Well, at least he's only getting rid of 1 curse. And
Yes,
then here, King Stefan is at his least offensive. Sure, you can't combo play, but you have access to both of your fates. You have access to both of your move and item or ally actions. You can move your curses. So I think that is the best spot, is the forest for your forest. But the forest and the forest.
Okay, and he's going right back there. And this 3, playing the bird.
Who is fully safe from Prince Philippe.
For a turn.
For a turn.
Nothing breaks my heart more than playing Raven turn 1 and feeling excited, and they fate me turn 1 on their turn, and they kill it.
And it's just gone.
It's like, if you play the Magic Mirror and out comes Sneezy. It's just about as depressing, except you can't get the bird back.
Yeah, I think you gotta go fate. You gotta go fate because here Kitty is gonna get rid of Basil. You gotta go fate.
But sometimes it's like, I'll let you use that power to get rid of Basil. There's still another call for help. And admittedly, you've got Bartholomew played out.
You do want to get another hero into Buckingham Palace,
or makeshift balloon. Felicia can't do it on her own.
I think here you play Olivia. You absolutely play Olivia to Buckingham Palace. I don't really care if Felicia kills Basil right now. I care about keeping Buckingham Palace covered.
Looks like we are taking out the other discard, which means Michael could be planning on fading again next turn and getting it back. But we are going to play a Marvelous Trap for free and activate it. We are saving Felicia in hand.
That's why I would have played Olivia to Buckingham.
Well, we could. I don't think we've seen either Sabotage come out yet, but we did just lose our top fate. So unless he can gain the power and dragon form the guards, he isn't going to be able to fate this turn.
I mean, that is certainly possible by sending the Raven into that green fire, gaining 2 power, and then you can just play a dragon form if you have one in hand.
It looks like he's looking at discarding, maybe. Nope, we are gaining the 2.
If you have Dragon Fire, blah, 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 Dragon Form, you go over and you kill those guards, but we don't. So.
Gain in 3. We can only play 1 card here, and we're playing a Dreamless Sleep.
Yeah. We've already seen one Once Upon a Dream go by.
So we're down, I think, to only 5 Curse Killers left in the deck. Basil is gone. Oh, we just Maliced King Stefan to gain. We should be gaining 3 power on Wacko's side from the Malice on King Stefan.
Very fancy.
Okay, that was a really. I don't know if he just drew into that Malice, but that was nice. It's like, letting the trap snap on Basil when you're Queen of Hearts and you have a Fury in hand. Here comes Fauna.
So much for the Fate Lock.
Bird is spinning. It's doing circles. I guess it really is Tony Hawk. And we're using the bird to discard, and we discarded a dragon form, but we're playing another one to get rid of guards. Is Basil coming right back out to play?
Might be.
That's a call for help. Flaversham generally is one you don't want to play yourself.
Yeah,
because if he does get captured, 3 power discount.
The question is, do you cover up Buckingham, or do you get rid of the bell?
Or maybe you're going for just a slowdown with gears.
That is also
Now,
valid.
Sorry, what was that?
I was saying that's also valid.
Okay, we just captured Olivia. Greatest Criminal Mind to draw 2. Looks like we got rid of some ruffians. I didn't miss the other one. That is an interesting idea, Zach, to dragon form with the Raven and then use the goons to vanquish Fauna. I don't know.
We'll see what Maleficent wants to do here.
I have discovered as I've been judging, I see all these combo plays people could do as the judge that if I'm the player, I totally don't see because I get so stressed out and in my own head.
Like it's
like
so
if I'm in a competitive
obvious.
match and I make a good play, I'm so proud of myself that I actually thought of it. And we've eaten about half of our turn here thinking.
Well, sometimes you need to think.
We are using the Raven to dragon form Fauna. So that is all 3 dragon forms gone. Gaining 1, vanishing at the Forbidden Mountains, so we can get a double fate. Look, it's those Queen's Guards going in the trash because Dawson does get a +2 with Basil, and he is uncapturable.
That he is indeed.
All right, so if you're Purple Potato here, Radigan math, you need 6 more power. Oh, Fidget. And we are doing a double Tyranny on Wacko side, so he should resolve those 1 at a time. Tyranny, draw 3, discard 3. Double Tyranny is scary because sometimes I discard the second Tyranny with the first Tyranny pull. Okay, so now we're resolving the second one, so he's going to be down to a, 2-card hand?
Sounds about right.
So far, all we've discarded are goons. Like, I know a lot of people hate on Tyranny. Tyranny's a card that I think is great if you only like 2 cards in your hand. Or especially if you only like 1 card in your hand. Tyranny is amazing to be played.
The Tyranny can help you get to those curses, which is, after all, what she needs.
But sometimes you have to get rid of the staff, which is what we just saw poor Wacko had to do on his side.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we did vanish last turn, so we're using the Raven to gain 3. Are we hanging out? We are moving on. Extravagant.
Get
Pulling back some gears. Oh, there you go, Wero. Fate Engine is ready.
There we go. Let's do this. King Stefan
has come
is
through.
dead. The king is dead.
Oh, why do we have so many fate cards?
I do not know.
What just happened? I looked at your face and I missed something. All right, we do have the Mouse Queen out, which means that we cannot win with the Robot Queen.
Which is very nice to get, especially in her little palace there.
So, like, I love hearing the mistakes people made when they first got this game. Because my wife and I made tons of mistakes. Like, we thought the Mouse Queen could only block the Radigan win if she was at the palace. Like, we misread the card and, like, apparently never reread it. And so it wasn't until we were watching a stream and we were like, why would you put her at Flaversham's? That doesn't do anything. And then the commentators explained to us why we don't understand the game.
No, it says absolutely nothing about where she needs to be on the card.
Yeah, because it just says, you can't win with the Robot Queen at Buckingham Palace. And apparently we missed the word robot and just thought it said the Queen at Buckingham Palace.
Yep, the Robot Queen is not the Mouse Queen. They are different cards.
Oh, we are set up at win condition with triple green fire. Fauna is gone. There are no heroes. That is a win. There is nothing in that deck to stop him.
Well done indeed. It's a solid go on Maleficent there.
That was a very strong performance by both of our players. But there's the Robot Queen. Didn't even have her yet. It's one of those dangers of grabbing Felicia early when you don't need her yet, is she kind of takes up that spot in your hand. Like, that's the hard thing with Radigan. Like, I believe you and Dance talked about this in the first set about playing the airship early just so it's not eating a spot in your hand all game.
Yeah, and then you can always just extravagant it later.
I think one of the things that I learned first in this, when I started getting in this Discord server and watching people play, was how important the discard action was. Like, when I first started playing, I didn't discard like anything because I'm like, this will be useful eventually. Hey, back to Prince John. What do you counterpick here? You go back to Doctor. What do you do, Arrow?
Who is versus Prince John? I don't. Maybe like Ursula or someone. I don't know. As far as yeah, you go with what you're comfortable with. And it looks like that is what Purple Potato is doing. Going back to Dr. Facilier.
Dance is asking if the scoreboard can be updated.
It can. It absolutely can.
Like, you think it's the easiest thing to remember when you're watching, and then when you're the one streaming, you're like, oh, that's a thing I'm supposed to do, isn't it?
That's the thing I'm supposed to do. And I never updated the character icons, but now they are back to where they're supposed to be.
Right? All right. We are doing Friends on the Other Side, discarding Cards Will Tell, and Voodoo Dolls hitting a fate action.
Getting
Lady Cluck.
Deja vu.
Oh,
except
that's
Lady
brutal.
Cluck instead of Maid Marian.
Our timers are paused. Okay, here we go. He's fixing it.
Oh.
Gaining 3, dropping some Wolf Archers, getting rid of Nutsy. He's like my favorite card.
Yeah, Nutsy is great.
That is Rule New Orleans already.
Oof.
Dropping 2 more allies into the discard.
That is an oof.
All right. You really want Big Daddy right here because he gets Rule New Orleans out of that pile, but we're just going with an almost there because Evening Star is unplayable. Vision Powder Frog Form go in, gets our pile up to 4 cards. 1 card goes back on top. That's the Talisman. Oh, this hurts, Wero.
This is not good. Unless you have Sir-Hiss, you can't fade.
And you really don't want to go to the jail to gain 3, because if he doesn't have Cards Will Tell and he has Terror, you're giving it to him. You don't have enough to play Rhino Guards. You have enough to play Trigger. If you have Trigger, you can kill Lady Cluck.
That is true.
All right, here's our 3. No Terror. Okay. Discarding agreed.
Oh.
You sound like you're in pain.
I might be. There we go.
Oh, 75. 75. Magic Fingers.
Magic Fingers. Magic Fingers.
Okay. Give Wacko your power in chat, folks. Oh, 50-50.
Oh! Whoa! Still in
yes!
it. Still in it. Oh my god. That does mean Rule New Orleans is the only thing in there right now. That is, I think, Cards Will Tell was discarded.
Yes, so there's only 1 copy left.
Okay, we are stealing from the rich and giving Lady Cluck some power. You gotta fate. You gotta fate as Prince John.
You gotta find Big Daddy. That's your salvation right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now we might be about to lose Wacko. I don't know. He's at really high ping.
No, it's going back down. He's fine.
Oh, is it? Okay, at mine he's still like maxed.
Oof.
All right, what are we
I
doing?
need to move my.
Okay.
Beautiful, lovely taxing. You fate.
Almost there. Oh,
That's
man.
all of the almost theirs that have gone by, which means you need to kill Lady Cluck next. All right.
Well, unless, like, if there's a mass, that's not a mass spirits. I was going to say, if there's one mass spirits, you just drop that in there.
Yeah.
And don't discard 2.
Ooh. There's a Shadow Man.
Okay. Feels like he's kind of digging there. Both terrors are gone now. One's in the discard pile, one's in the fortune pile. Lady Cluck is rolling in it.
Ugh.
Kind of like Scrooge. It makes me think of like Scrooge McDuck. Bathing in his money.
Well, it's a bird. Discarding set a trap. Aye.
He's like, nope, only discard 1. Don't want to trigger desperation.
Definitely not.
All right, chat. Who loved DuckTales as a kid? New or
DuckTales.
old?
Ooh. Oh, God, that was terrible. God. There we go. There's this the third one.
Oh,
That's the
man.
third
How many
one.
cards are in there? 4 again?
It's 4 again.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Brian Drum's energy. Can he find it twice? Oh, my goodness.
And that is game. That is game.
Oh.
That is game. And match. Well done. Purple Potato taking it home. 2-1. Wow.
That was some fast doctor.
That is why the doctor is stupid.
Well, like, he found both those cards in the top half. You know, Radigan can be equally frustrating if you can find the Robot Queen in the top half.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I find most of the times when I lose as when I play as Radigan, it's because the Robot Queen never showed up in my hand. Like, generally, if you play in Radigan and you find the Robot Queen, you feel really good you're going to win. When we saw Purple Potato lose, he never found the Robot Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Doctor's tough. I mean, you've got to, play a character who can really put on the pressure. And unfortunately,
But also, Lady
we
Cluck
never had the allies
stuck there. Lady Cluck getting stuck there absolutely hurt Prince John. Yeah, let's go back to cameras.
And if you remember in game 1, Purple Potato double stacked that same location with Maid Marian and Alan Adale.
Yeah. That's why Sir Hiss is so important, so you can access that. If Sir Hiss is out, Prince John gets a lot easier because he could just like bop, 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 fate. He's basically, him and Yzma kind of share the distinction of, no, you will not cover my top fate.
Yeah, they can both make that choice fairly easily.
Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah, it's a tough one. Oh, apparently I was not my dance this last set.
Oh, you were? Oh.
Comment on the commentators. It's all right. I'll accept our picture. I've been having a blast playing Jafar this season.
What would your picture have been?
So I've rotated a lot. Like I did Maleficent, and then as we've moved into a more fate-heavy meta, middle of last season into this season, the way I played Maleficent, it didn't stack up. And so then I started playing a lot of Radigan. But this season, I've been loving Jafar, so I probably would have just told you to just leave Jafar up there because I've been enjoying Jafar this season.
It's fair. I mean, I try not to main. My avatar is Evil Queen because she is probably my best character. But I like to mix it up. I like to pick different things, like to hit random. I've been going after Pete recently. I think Pete is kind of clicking for me. And I think he's a good counter to a lot of the meta. Like even against like Jafar, like he procs both of Jafar's conditions, but he doesn't really care.
Mm-hmm. And I am a big believer, and I've said this in the Discord before. I feel like the fear of deception is stronger than the card.
Right.
Because you change the way you play because of deception. So, like, I've seen Jafar players who they will always hold on to one deception, even if they discard one. So there's always that fear of there not being two in the discard pile at once.
Yeah.
Because you play differently because of it. Just like what we could have seen had that first game gone longer, where Wacko discarded both greeds. Well, now Purple doesn't have to worry about keeping his power total down. He can just gain and gain and gain and gain.
Well, speaking of like the fear deception, I knew because I had been labbing with Not My Dance for a while, Mother Gothel versus his Jafar, just to get better at Mother Gothel, and I knew that my Mother Gothel was actually finally scary when he dropped deception, manipulation, deception on me, and was like actually actively trying to stop me, as opposed to just steer, hypnotize, I'm done, whatever.
I'll be honest, the best card in Jafar's deck, in my not so humble opinion, is Necessary Sacrifice.
Yes. He gets it.
There is nothing I won't sacrifice. I've even made Lark Max, I sacrificed the Scarab Pendant. I was like, I need this power right now. And it's the only thing on the board I'm willing to get rid of.
Absolutely.
I think in a Jafar Ditto, you definitely necessarily sacrifice that Scarab Pendant and try to keep the only item on the board to be the lamp. If you can avoid the wishes.
Yeah. All right. Well, these have been some great matches. We will do a stream again next week. We should have more info on the Horned King next week. We'll talk a little bit about him. And yeah, thank you all for coming out. This stream is a little longer. Our first match went a little long. That's fine. We all have fun here. I hope you all had fun. Hope you all come back next week. So for now, good night.
Thank you for having me, Wero. Thanks for watching, folks.
Thanks
Thank
for
you to our
coming.
players.